So you see, abuelita, I know you were young once, but to me you will always be old and wise, secure and safe, the embodiment of love and goodness. I remember how you stood in the kitchen in your favorite robe and slippers, how you'd fix your hair bun while the coffee percolated noisily. I remember the smell of your perfume, riding on the train with you to the city, your knowledge of plants and remedios, and your patience with my endless questions. My abuelita's hands crocheted baby blankets, made too sweet lemonade, creased and sewed patches on Grandpa's old work pants. They yanked on my prima's hair if she moved too much when my abuelita was fixing her trenza. Her hands cut papas like nobody's business and deftly roasted and peeled chiles. They filled the kitchen with the best smell I've ever known. My abuelita's hands tap danced to rancheras on the radio as she separated frijolitos pintos, the good from the bad. Abuelita's hands were the best in the world for rhythmically rolling the balls of masa into perfect circles with her bolillo. She would flip them onto the comal and then stack them perfectly on a steaming towel. Abuelita would butter me up a fresh one with her hands, would then shoo me out the door, pat me on the butt. Go outside and play, mijito. I'll call you when the food's ready. Because the food was always ready. No matter who came to your house, abuelita, you always offered them food made with your own hands. If I was really bad, abuelita's hands could make me stand on my tippy toes when she grabbed me by the ear. Abuelita's hands could flick her finger in a flecha onto the back of my neck that was too quick for anybody else to see. But mostly, when I'd done wrong, abuelita's hands would pull me near. She'd wag a finger in my face and tell me, "Pórtate bien. I taught you better than that." I learned respect because she cared enough to teach me to respect myself and others. But when I was feeling down or thought life wasn't fair to me, her hands would cradle my head, cradle it to her heart and say, "Mijito, no te preocupes. You're as good as anyone else. I love you just the way God made you." Abuelita's hands gave me books so that I could learn more than what life in our village had to offer. She told me never to stop dreaming because maybe one day I too will be able to visit the beautiful places I read about. Abuelita's hands held a cold towel to my head when I was sick. Abuelita's hands hugged me and told me she was proud of who I was becoming. Abuelita's hands warned me against taking shortcuts in life. Her hands taught me that doing things the right way was usually the hardest way, but was still best for me in the long run. My abuelita's hands tired as the years went by, as she fingered rosary beads, praying for the souls of lost loved ones, souls more numerous than the very beads upon which she prayed, yet she remained unshaken in her faith for her God. Abuelita's hands were laughter, were work, were discipline, were comfort. Abuelita's hands spent years opening doors to take in the babies of her babies who couldn't take care of their own babies. My abuelita's hands patiently and discreetly covered her smile on more than one occasion, when some foolish young person seeking her advice would immediately dismiss that same advice, saying, "Abuelita, you don't understand. Things are harder now than when you grew up." But without fail, they would come back later and say, "I'm sorry, abuelita, I should have listened to you." She would say, "That's okay. We all fall down. You just have to remember to pick yourself up one more time than you fall down and you'll be all right. So, abuelita, I'll always carry you in my heart, your smile, your spirit, and your love, because you always carried me in your hands." Gracias. Ya me iba a empezar a llorar aquí, ¿no? No, no hay palabras que pueden describir los regalos que me dio mi abuelita, no. Me enseñó todo. Y una mujer de tanto paciencia.
Inolvidable.
Sí.
Qué bueno.
Y gracias, el Arturo, por la música tan linda que me tocó. ¿Y qué piensas, Arte?
Pienso, que estuvo, ay Dios mío, o sea, se me encueró el chino, se me enchinó el cuero, la verdad sí fue algo así. Fíjate que le di un dicho que se me hizo muy interesante y que dice que los abuelos son los ángeles de los nietos.
Sí, es cierto.
O sea, es un vínculo tan grande. Por ejemplo, yo pienso que los padres, nadie les enseña a ser padres. Entonces tienen a sus hijos y ellos aprenden a ser padres con ellos. Pero cuando crecen esos hijos y tienen hijos, entonces ven como una segunda oportunidad en poder reponer todo lo que no pudieron darle a sus hijos con sus nietos.
Es cierto.
¿Usted tiene nietos?
Claro,
Bueno.
Sí, tenemos 11 nietos.
11.
Y un bisnieto.
Y un bisnieto. Ay, qué afortunado. ¿Y de sus nietos hay alguno que tenga talento?
Varios de ellos, uno toca 6 instrumentos, otro hace canciones en inglés, en español, y además todos mis hijos son poetas.
Todos.
Hasta mi hija, sí.
Pues muy bueno.
Bueno, estamos hablando de dichos y todo eso. Mi abuelita siempre me decía, cualquier cosa que yo hice, ella tenía un dicho. Dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. Pero también me enseñó un dicho que, de tal palo, tal astilla. Porque usted es un hombre de mucho talento. Y aquí tenemos con nosotros, ¿no? Un miembro de tu familia que también tiene mucho talento.
Así es uno de mis nietos. Él tiene una historia muy linda, ¿verdad? Él es un grandísimo pianista y ahora toca la guitarra, ¿verdad? Y es uno de mis nietos. Así es.
¿Y qué nos va a interpretar su nieto?
Bueno, tendríamos que preguntarle
Alex.
Alex, ¿qué es lo que va a hacer?
Buenas noches, estoy muy contento de estar aquí. Me gusta mucho el show. Pues yo les tengo unas canciones de mi autoría. Sería la primera vez que toco estas canciones en vivo, pues, al aire. Tengo una canción acerca de un soldado, su travesía, pues, su manera de pensar y su manera de sentir en la guerra, ¿no? Entonces quiero interpretar esta canción, espero que les guste a todos aquí y en casita. Se llama No Fear Tonight. I'm running out of love. Dreadful thoughts of not coming back home. Teary eyes and pain from where I come. Can't we stop? For love to souls now lost. I'm dropped out here while cold, scared and alone. We fight for greed, we're told it's for our love. We trade our lives for trying to rescue yours, and gave up warmth for blizzards, thunderstorms, and all they know is we're not home.